There is a great story out there. A great story, a great pick-me-up story of black dads in Shreveport, Louisiana, who went up to the school and stuck up for their kids. See, I'm just saying that scares people. Black dads went up to the school. What? Somebody get shot? They went up to the school and they stuck up for their kids by being a presence in the schools. A presence of leadership, of discipline, but loving discipline. And just having older black men and say, hey, what you doing? Young man, get to class. Hey, young man, hey, young man, put your pants up. All right? Young lady, what are you doing? To class. Like, just having that is enough to help the school and to stop all the fighting that was going on in this school. There was a lot of fighting, and the dads just said, you know what? We go form dads on duty. And these dads go up to the school. All of a sudden, all of the fighting stops. All of a sudden, all of the arguing stops. All of a sudden, the kids are acting more disciplined and they're following instructions, and it's amazing. And what they're hoping, folks, is they're hoping they can duplicate this all across the country because it's working. Now, if you watch this show, though I talk about reparations and the black agenda, I also talk about the things that are inequities in our society. One of those things that I talked about was the lack of black male teachers. Black males only make up 2% of our teachers. It's a problem. The influence that black males could have on the family may not always be there, let's be honest. But having a black male for those children at school could go a long way. And for some reason, we're not getting those jobs. And I'm sure there's a number of reasons. I always like to point at racism and discrimination, but it's also lack of pay, probably part of it, right? I don't even know the hiring practices of schools, how that works. But I know it's a deficit. And I know that this is a model. What we're seeing in Shreveport, Louisiana, is a model for what we can duplicate. So, of course, I'm going to always advocate for reparations and a black agenda because those things need to happen. Part of that black agenda would be black folks getting these certain jobs in these certain professions that will directly, positively impact black life. So that's what I believe, folks, and I believe that's something that we can accomplish while we work on the other issues that we have at hand, okay? You know, so when I talk about a black agenda, I talk about reparations. I don't want you to think I'm just a one-trick pony or a two-trick pony. First of all, ain't nobody's pony, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I want you to know that there are other things that we need to have on the agenda. The federal government spends about $600 billion every year. Goods and services from small businesses. $600 billion worth of goods and services from small businesses. What's the percentage of small businesses, black small businesses, of that $600 billion pie? Less than 5. Less than 5, Johnson. If I had any input on the black agenda, I would submit and demand that be part of the demands that we make. That be part of the agenda. That a certain amount of set-asides of business, small business, because already they have some, but it's like minorities. It's not black. And we all know minorities are several other groups combined. And when they were lynching us and when they were enslaving us and when they are mass incarcerating us, when they are prisoner pipelining us, when they are redlining us, that's not everybody. It's us. It's not white women. White women weren't getting lynched. They weren't working in the fields. They weren't sharecroppers, slaving away on the same plantations they were freed from. White women are 20% of partners in law firms, while black Americans, both men and women, are 2%. So these are the things that need to be changed that aren't just reparations, but they would go a long way into giving material gains to black people that we can really see. And when I start talking about these types of issues, all of a sudden, my detractors Get quiet. And then you see they don't support that either. So they don't support reparations or black agenda or any type of equity. But what they do support is money in their pockets because cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. And so, yeah, we support cut the check. Cut the check, necessary. So is more black male teachers, right? So is a certain amount of small business loans be allocated to black small businesses. The government spends money, the federal government spends money, buys goods and services. They can choose who they pick to do that with, based on who's most disenfranchised. See, they really don't give a shit, okay? It's my job to sound the alarm and to help organize us so that they have to give a shit. Because we may not have the money, but we have the power. We have the power in the numbers to make it so that they don't get their money. So if we have the power to take away their ability to get money, we may not always have the money to stop them, right? But we have the power with numbers to stop them from getting their money. And if we can do that, that's the same thing as money. That's close enough. I'm gonna give a shout out to those brothers in Louisiana for standing up like you do. It's amazing. You don't know how great it was to see that story. I want to shout out anybody who reported on it. Positive stories of brothers doing extraordinary things that are very simple things. Like, they weren't like, look at us, we are the dads doing the dad thing. Like, they're like, nah, we saw a way we could help, so we went and helped. And these are kids, and we love them. So we work in shifts, and we come to the school, and we help out. And they're not beating kids' asses and yoking them up. They're just there, interacting, being a presence. Look, guys, Pause with Tim Black, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays.
People are owed reparations. Reparations now. All my Johnsons. Wolfpack. Big K.
Ayo, wait, hold up, pause, no debate, no applause. Tired of the wait, man, we need a revolution, but you came to debate. We be down for the cause. I be late on a sauce, keep us down for the cause. Fuck up, round, get a public execution. Better wise up, hold up, fuck it, pause.